afternoon, everyone, and welcome into Valley View High School on a sunny afternoon for baseball. I'm Tyson Leibong, joining you live from the Century Finance broadcast booth here at the Jack Moore Complex. Temperatures in the 80s throughout the game this afternoon. This will be a non-conference matchup for your Valley View Blazers, but we're going to take a quick break and pause for the playing of the Pledge of Allegiance and National Anthem. We'll be back with some more pregame coverage and first pitch right after this. You're watching Blazer Baseball on the Blazer News Network.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Would you please remain standing for a moment of silence, followed by the national anthem.
Welcome back inside the Century Finance broadcast booth here at Valley View High School. Today's 5A East Conference matchup is the Little Rock Catholic Rockets came to town to face the Valley View Blazers. Little Rock Catholic 9-6 overall on the year, 4-4 in league play. A couple of common opponents for Little Rock Catholic and Valley View. Valley View beat Cabot earlier in the year. Little Rock Catholic fell to them twice so far. Little Rock Catholic defeated the Robinson Senators by 1, and Valley View defeated Robinson at home earlier in the year as well. Valley View coming into this one is undefeated in the 5A East, sitting at 6-0, headed into the last few weeks of conference play, and then we'll get ready to go to the state tournament, and that is being hosted by Greene County Tech this year, so a short trip for the Blazers to go play in the 5A state tournament. The Blazers sitting at 14-1 overall. Picked up a win Tuesday versus Batesville in the doubleheader, winning both games by 10 runs. Go ahead and get you your lineups for this afternoon. First for the visiting team on top of the scoreboard, the Little Rock Catholic Rockets. Leadoff hitter Hunter Markham, followed by Ethan Young, Ty Gibbons, who's on the mound this afternoon, Cannon Burks, followed by Brody McGee, batting in the 6th hole, Sam Boozer, 7th, Bauer Day, 8th, Sully Hanson, and 9th, William Stewart. And for your Valley View Blazers, leadoff as always, Noah Ragsdale, followed by Owen Roach in the 2 hole, then Keaton Mathis 3rd, Barrett Mount in the cleanup spot, Madden Tatum at the 5th spot. Will Finley batting 6th this afternoon. He gets moved from first base to right field, trying to get that arm back ready to go, followed by Levi Martin, Parker King, and Cannon Driscoll. And looks like we're just about ready to get first pitch going here at Jack Moore Complex at Valley View. First pitch from King in there for a called strike one. Catches the inside part of the plate. King ahead in the count early against Markham, 0-1 the count. King's second pitch, breaking ball, called strike two. Catches the bottom corner of the zone. King's been a very good non-conference arm so far this season for the Blazers. That one swung on. Diving attempt by Ragsdale at second, but he's not able to come up with it. So that's going to be a single for Markham, and Catholic has their first base runner of the afternoon. Now due up's going to be lefty Ethan Young. Young is going to be playing in right field today. First pitch in there for a ball makes the count 1-0. That pitch on the way just outside for ball two. Making the count 2 balls and no strikes. Markham on first, no outs in the top of the first inning. Breaking ball just outside for ball 3. Makes the count 3 balls and no strikes. Markham with a small lead over there on the first base bag. That pitch called strike on the outside of the zone. Young threw his bat, thought he was getting the free pass, but he's going to have to come back to the plate for at least one more pitch. Mallett still at third, Driscoll at short. Ragsdale at second, so the only change in the infield for today is going to be Levi Martin at first. That pitch just outside, so Little Rock Catholic has 2 on and nobody out on top of the first. It's going to bring up Ty Gibbons, who's also getting the start on the hill today for the Rockets. Mathis behind the plate like always for the View. Scatero in center. Finley in left, Roach in right. That one low for ball 1. Makes the count 1-0. Pitch to Gibbons on the way. That one gets way behind him. Mathis corrals it, throws it to second, and he's out. Good job by Keaton Mathis to get to that one in a hurry and catch Young advancing to second, but Markham does advance to third and 1 away in the inning. 2 balls and no strikes, the count, though, to Ty Gibbons. 2-0 pitch from Parker King in there for a called strike 1. Makes it a hitter's count at 2 balls and 1 strike. Markham on third base. 2-1 pitch. Fastball outside for ball 3. Makes the count 3-1. King going at a quick pace so far in the top of the first. Already had 11 pitches in the inning. 3-1 pitch. Swung on, high fly ball, right field. That's going to be tailing foul just over the fence near the stadium entrance here. Roach not having enough room to make that play. Makes the count full, though, at 3 balls and 2 strikes. King looks in, ready for the full count pitch. Breaking ball called strike 3. Got him on the outside part of the plate. Big time out there for the Blazers. And Parker King picks up his first K of the afternoon. So that brings up Cannon Burks, the tall right-hander. Swung on, fouled back just behind me in the press box for strike one. A 1 pitch. Breaking ball, grounded down the first base side, just foul outside of the first base bag. King ahead in the count now at no balls and 2 strikes. No 2 pitch. Just high. Ball 1 makes the count 1-2. Crowd did not like that call, but King's still ahead in the count with 2 outs and a guy on third for the Catholic for Rockets. Swung on, grounded. That's to Driscoll. He tries to make the throw over, not in time, so Catholic strikes first as Markham runs across the plate. So Catholic now leads 1-0 thanks to the RBI infield single by Cannon Burks. So now Burks stands at first, 2 outs in the top of the first. That pitch called strike one, breaking ball on the outside corner. Makes the count 0-1. Burks with a small lead over there. Now he's running. That breaking ball, Mathis fires down. It gets away from Ragsdale, so Burks successfully steals second. Counts now even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Brody McGee at the dish for the Rockets. One pitch. Outside for ball 2, makes the count 2-1. King looks back at the runner on second, fires the pitch. Just low. Mathis keeps it in front of him. 3 balls and 1 strike now. Three-one pitch now from Parker King. Swung on, rocketed out to the right field line. That's fair. Burks rounding third. He's going to come in to score in plenty of time, so the Rockets get 2 on the scoreboard already in the top of the first. So now McGee stands at first base. Sam Boozer comes up to the plate, left-hander. First pitch, ball 1, low, below the zone, makes count 1-0. One-0 pitch, swung on, grounded in front of the plate. Mathis gets it, throws it to first in time for out number 3. So the Rockets strike first here at the Jack Moore Complex, putting 2 on the board in the top of the first. Blazers trail this one 0-2. We'll be back with the bottom of the first action right after this 1-minute break on the Blazer News Network.
When you look at St. Bernard's today, you can see what the future holds. Look a little closer, and you'll also see history being made, day after day. For 125 years straight, through our best days and hardest days, the people of St. Bernard's never stop providing healing, the kind of healing that goes beyond medicine, beyond the walls of our hospitals and clinics, from Jonesboro to Pocahontas to Piggott, Osceola, Wynn, and back. because we're your friends. You are our neighbors. And we are a family. Our commitment, our calling is our community. As you grow, we grow with you. And our mission grows stronger every day. A mission envisioned by faithful, courageous sisters, determined to bring healing to all those in need. Today, tomorrow, and for generations to come. St. Bernard's, 125 years of healing beyond medicine.
Let me know when I'm good. Welcome back to Blazer News Network. A little bit of a rocky start there for the Blazers in the top of the first, allowing 2 hits and 2 runs. Now due up for Valley View in the bottom of the first is going to be Ragsdale, Roach, and Mathis. So Ragsdale stands in the right-handed batter's box. Gibbons on the mound for the Rockets. First pitch, hanging breaking ball in there for strike 1. A 1 pitch now to Ragsdale. That one outside for ball 1, makes count 1-1. Swung on by Ragsdale to the shortstop, fields it on a high hop over to first, in time for out number 1. Now due up today's right fielder, Owen Roach. Roach normally plays left, but they put Will Finley out there. Try to get him some throws in from the outfield to get him ready to eventually make his return to the mound this year. First pitch of the at-bat to Roach up high for ball 1, makes count 1-0. Pitch. Swung on, that's roped into the outfield. That's going to be a single for Owen Roach. Good piece of hitting there, taking that one the other way through the shortstop and third base gap. Brings up senior catcher Keaton Mathis. Mathis taking his talents to Arkansas State next year. Arkansas State guys a big-time conference series this weekend with Coastal Carolina coming to town. Roach on first, 1 out in the bottom of the first, and Mathis at the plate. Breaking ball inside for ball 1, makes the count 1-0. Roach with a small lead on the first base bag. He's running. That one's low in the dirt. Throw to second. Money, but Roach got there just in time. Throw is on the line. Good job there by Roach stealing second. It's now runner in scoring position for the Blazers. Counts 2-0 to Mathis. Roach runs again. Foul tip, so he's going to have to go back to second. I believe the count is 2 balls and 1 strike, but the scoreboard says 1 and 2. Game Changer has it as 2 and 1, so we'll go with that. Roach on second base, 1 out in the bottom of the first. 2-1 pitch to Mathis. Inside for ball 3, makes the count 3-1. So actually they're going to change it, saying that pitch he stole on was a strike, so now the count's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Sorry about that. That one swung on by Mathis up to the second baseman. He fires it over to first. and plenty of time for out number 2. Roach advances to third. So Barrett Mallett, the talented sophomore, steps up to the plate. Roach on third. That one in there for a called strike one right down the middle. Makes the count 0-1 to Mallett. That pitch to Mallett swung on. High chopper to the third baseman. Throws it over to first. Not in time. Mallett beats it out. And Roach comes across the score to get the Blazers on the scoreboard. So RBI infield single for Barrett Mallett. Brings up today's designated hitter, Madden Tatum, for Valley View. Mallett on first base. 2 outs in the bottom of the first. First pitch of the at-bat to Tatum. Called strike one, makes the count 0-1. Gibbons at 13 pitches so far in the bottom of the first. 0-1 pitch way outside for ball one. Evens it up at 1 ball and 1 strike. Mallett with a small lead at first. Swing and a miss there by Tatum for strike 2. Makes the count 1-2. One and two the count. 2 outs in the bottom of the first. Pitch from Gibbons. Swung on. That's going to get through. Good piece of hitting there by Tatum. Gets that one in between first and second. Tatum gets back to the bag safely. So runners at the corners now for Valley View. That brings up today's left fielder, Will Finley. Finley's been on a great run hitting the last few games. Had 3 hits, I believe, Tuesday in Game 1 versus Batesville. Hasn't returned to the mound quite yet, but that's in the near future. See if Tatum takes off from first with runner at third. First pitch of the at-bat, swing and a miss by Finley, makes the count 0-1. Oh, 1 pitch now from Gibbons. That one low, gets away from the catcher. Tatum's going to get to second safely. So now 2 runners in scoring position for Valley View. Count now 1 ball and 1 strike. Two outs, 2 runners in scoring position. That one high and inside. Good take by Finley there. Makes the count 2 balls and a strike. Two 1 pitch to Will Finley. That one outside and low for ball 3. Makes the count 3-1. Three and 1 pitch now to the junior right-hander. In there for strike 2. Count full now. Full count, 2 outs, 2 runners in scoring position for the View. Full count pitch now to Finley. That one outside. Great at bat there by Finley to take a couple pitches outside of the strike zone. That loads the bases for the Blazers. Now due up is going to be today's first baseman, right-hander Levi Martin. First pitch to Martin. Outside corner for strike one, makes count 0-1. 0-1 pitch. Takes that one on the outside part of the plate for strike two. Makes the count 0-2. 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss by Martin. And so that's going to do it for the bottom of the first. The Blazers do get one on the board, but still trail by one. Catholic leads 2-1 after the first inning. We'll be back in 30 seconds with the top of the second on Blazer News Network.
When you're at home, you need right fiber. Some say it's not whether you win or lose, but how you play. Maybe. But with Right Fiber's 100% fiber internet, you always win. No matter which side you're on. Fall in love with your gig speed internet. Get gig smitten. Get Right Fiber.
Welcome back to Blazer News Network. After one inning, your score: Little Rock Catholic 2, Valley View 1. Little Rock Catholic got 2 RBI singles, 1 infield single, 1 to the outfield to score their 2 runs. And Barrett Mallett picked up an RBI infield single on the bottom of the first to score the Blazers' lone run of the game. Looks like we're ready to start inning number 2 of this non-conference matchup. Due up for the Rockets is going to be 7, 8, and 9. Bauer Day, Sully Hansen, and William Stewart. First pitch to Bauer near the head. He gets out of the way for ball 1. 1-0 pitch. Just high for ball 2. Makes the count 2-0. Pitch from King. Swung on. Lined right to Driscoll. He makes the grab for out number 1. Brings up Sully Hansen, today's shortstop for the Rockets. First pitch heater in there for strike 1. Makes the count 0-1. 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss for strike 2. King ahead in the count now. No balls and 2 strikes. Oh, 2 pitch from Parker King. Outside for ball 1. Makes it 1-2. Nobody on and 1 out. Top of the second. That pitch outside and low once again for ball 2. Two pitch now from King. Check swing, he went. Strikeout number 2 for Parker King on the afternoon. Brings up William Stewart. It's a batting ninth today for the Rockets. Two outs, nobody on in the top of the second for Parker King and the Blazers. First pitch of the at-bat outside for ball one, makes the count 1-0. That one fouled back into the netting behind home plate. Evens it up at 1 ball and a strike. One pitch from King. Swung on. That might get down in the gap. Running in is Scatero, but that one drops in front of him. So good piece of hitting and single there from William Stewart as the Rockets now get back to the top of the order. Markham singled in his first at bat in the first to get things started with that 2-run first inning for the Rockets. First pitch of the at bat to Markham. Outside for ball one, makes the count 1-0. 1-0 pitch from King. Runner goes. Mathis bobbled it. Couldn't get it out in time, but that was a ball, so the count's going to be 2-0 now, and Stewart steals the base, advances to second. Batter calls times. That's Markham stepping out of the batter's box. Two-0 pitch now from Parker King. Here it comes. Swung on up the middle. Ragsdale fields it. Long throw to first. And he can't, Levi Martin cannot come up with it. Heads up base running by Stewart, and Catholic scores another run. So another infield single by Markham. Stewart comes around to score. Catholic gets their lead back to 2. Mathis calls times, wants to go talk it over with his pitcher Parker King. So 2 outs and runner on first. Catholic has the lead 3-1. Looks like we're ready to resume play now after the quick mound visit. Ethan Young, the left-hander, at the plate. First pitch of the at-bat, breaking ball. Mathis tries to fire it to second, and it hit the batter in the head. Let's hope he's okay. He's on the ground at the plate. He's back up on his feet. Glad to see that. That was a scary incident there at the plate. Mathis apologized to Young. Glad he's able to stay in the game, and we're about to be able to resume play now. Ross stands at second, the pinch runner. 1-0 is the count. It's 1-0 pitch from King. Just high for ball 2, makes the count 2-0. Two outs in the inning, runner on second for Little Rock Catholic. 2-0 pitch. Outside for ball 3, makes the count 3-0. Three-0 pitch now from Parker King, in there for a strike, and that's hit on into the outfield. They hold the runner at third, so runners at the corners now for the Rockets, but good job there by Young to bounce back after getting hit in the head by Mathis's throw from behind the plate. So now runners at the corners with 2 outs in the top of the second. Looks like Coach Snyder wants to have a word with his pitcher. So we'll pause now for a mound visit. Ty Gibbons is on deck for Little Rock Catholic. I want to remind you guys to make sure you tune in. We've got 2 more baseball streams for this spring. And then we've got some more softball and soccer, I believe, on the way as well. Not sure if Blazer News Network will stream the state tournament this year, but we will find out. Looks like we're ready to go now after Coach Snyder's mound visit. First pitch for a strike. That one gets away from Mathis, so Young is able to advance to second. So Ross at third, Young now at second. 0-1 pitch, swung on, foul tipped, out of play. Makes the count 0-2. So 2 runners in scoring position for Little Rock Catholic. 2 outs in the top of the second. That one foul tipped, so Gibbons stays alive in the 0-2 count. Oh, 2 pitch now to Gibbons. Inside for ball 1, makes the count 1-2. So 1-2 pitch now. Breaking ball called strike 3. He's out, so Parker King gets out of the inning, only allowing 1 run, stranding 2 runners in scoring position. We're going to take a quick 30-second break. Catholic leads this one 3-1. Be back with the bottom of the second right after this on Blazer News Network.
Hey Blazers, are you ready to take charge of your money? The experts at Evolve Bank and Trust are ready to help. Located in downtown Jonesboro, the Evolve team can help you open an eUniversity checking account designed for students like you. These accounts have no minimum daily balance and no service fees. Can't get to our downtown location? Check out our 24/7 ATM and virtual teller on Main Street. To learn more about all our products, go to getevolved.com. Evolve Bank and Trust, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Welcome back to Blazer News Network. Valley View trails Little Rock Catholic 1-3, headed into the bottom of the second. Gibbons still on the mound for the Rockets. Due up for the Blazers is going to be 8, 9, and 1 in the order. It's going to be Parker, King, Cannon, Driscoll, and Noah Ragsdale for the Blazers. So Parker King steps up to the plate. Right-hander ready for the first pitch of the at-bat. Swung on by King, fouled back out of play for strike one. Makes the count 0-1. A 1 pitch to King. Swing and a miss there. Count 0-2 now. 0-2 pitch swung on by King to the shortstop. High hop, fires it over to first. Not in time. The speed of King beats it out down the first base line for an infield single. Blazers get the lead off. Man on base in the bottom of the second. Now that's going to bring up shortstop, senior right-hander Cannon Driscoll. That one low and outside for ball one, makes the count 1-0. One 0 pitch to Driscoll, fouls that one back behind home plate, makes the count 1-1. One 1 pitch now to Driscoll. King with a little bit of a lead at first base. He takes off running. That one low and in the dirt. Markham bobbles it. So no throw to second. King's there safely. Count now 2-1 to Cannon Driscoll. Two 1 pitch swung on and fouled back behind the visitor dugout for strike two. Evens count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So the 2-2 pitch now, no outs. Parker King at second base for Valley View. Fake pickoff attempt by Gibbons. No throw. Two pitch to Driscoll. Check swing. They said he went, so that's going to be a strikeout. So one down in the bottom of the second. That's going to get the Blazers back to the top of the order. Ragsdale grounded out back in the bottom of the first. King runs. That one's in there for strike one. And King slides around the tag at third, so he stole third safely as well. Close play over there at third base bag, but the umpire rules him safe. Ragsdale did take a strike, so that makes the count 0-1. A 1 pitch. Outside for ball one, makes the count 1-1. One out with King on third in the bottom of the second. One pitch. Swung on by Ragsdale. High fly ball. Center field back to the wall. And the center fielder makes the catch just before the wall, but that will allow King to score from third. So now Valley View cuts the lead to 1. Still trail Catholic 2-3. Owen Roach steps up to the plate, single back in the bottom of the first. That one outside for ball one, makes the count 1-0. Second pitch of the at-bat in there for a called strike. Evens it up at 1 ball and 1 strike. That one outside for ball 2. So 2-1 the count now to Roach. Two-one pitch, breaking ball in the dirt, makes the count 3 balls and 1 strike. Three-one pitch, the Blazers' right fielder. He gets on top of it, but that's going to be fouled out of play down the third base line. Makes the count full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Three-two pitch, high for ball 4. Good at bat there by Owen Roach to draw the walk. It's going to bring up catcher Keaton Mathis. So Mathis up with 2 outs in the bottom of the second and Roach at first. First pitch of the at-bat, outside, but called strike 1. So 0-1 the count. The Blazer catcher. That one gets away from the catcher. Roach advances to second. Low for a ball, makes count 1-1. Roach stands at second. 2 outs in the bottom of the second. Blazers still trail by 1. That pitch outside for ball 2. Correction, ball 3 makes the count 3-1. That one in there for a called strike. Evens it up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two-two pitch now to Mathis. Swung on, high fly ball, right, shallow right field. Right fielder runs on and makes the catch in foul territory for out number 3. Blazers do put up 1 on the board in the bottom of the second and cut the lead to 1 run. Blazers trail the Rockets 2-3. We'll be back with the start of the 3rd inning right after this 30-second break on the Blazer News Network.
Doctors McDonough and Phillips have over 50 years of combined experience performing dental implants, teeth extractions, and IV sedations. Our doctors are leaders in the field of computer-guided dental implant surgery and wisdom teeth extractions. NEA-OMS is the only AAAHC-accredited oral surgery center in the tri-state area. Trust the care of your family to the most established oral surgery center in Northeast Arkansas. Northeast Arkansas Center for Oral and Maxillofacial Surgery.
Welcome back to Blazer News Network for the start of the third inning. Blazers got a new pitcher on the mound. That's Keaton Rogers. King went 2 innings, struck out 3, allowed 3 earned runs. So junior Keaton Rogers is going to get some innings now. Looks like we're just about ready to go. Do it for Little Rock Catholic. It's going to be 4, 5, and 6 in the order. Cannon Burks, Brody McGee, and Sam Boozer. That pitch to Burks, lined to left field. Finley comes down to his knees and makes the catch. So 1 pitch, 1 out for Keaton Rogers. That one in there for a called strike 1, makes count 0-1. Brody McGee 1 for 1 this afternoon. RBI single back in the first. That went outside for ball 1. Makes the count 1-1. 1-1 pitch from Rogers. An outside corner. Makes the count 2 balls and 1 strike. Two-one pitch, swung on, high fly ball, deep right field, back near the wall. And that one goes off the wall. Roach fields it, gets it in a hurry to second. And McGee's going to be on second, standing up safely with a RBI correction, stand-up double. McGee's got an RBI single and a double on the afternoon. So that brings up Sam Boozer, who struck out in his first plate appearance. First pitch of the at-bat from Rogers. Foul tip, makes the count 0-1. A 1 pitch, breaking ball outside and low for ball 1, makes the count 1 ball and 1 strike. McGee stands at second base. 1 out in the top of the third. That one in there for a swing and a miss. Strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes now to Sam Boozer. McGee with a small lead on second, swung on and fouled back into the home plate netting. So Boozer stays alive in the 1-2 count. One out in the top of the third, 1-2 the count to Sam Boozer. Breaking ball outside for ball 2, evens it up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Shift is on for Valley View. Ragsdale in the outfield. That breaking ball outside and low for ball 3 makes the count full. Full count, 1 out. Here's the pitch from Rogers. Swung on, high fly ball. Center field, Scatera has a read on it. Makes the catch, throws it in plenty of time, and McGee has to get back to second base. So 2 down now in the top of the third, as that's going to bring up Bauer Day. Day lined out in his first at bat. First pitch of the at-bat, breaking ball in there for a called strike 1. A 1 pitch. Swing and a miss there on that one. Makes the count no balls and 2 strikes. Little Rock Catholic wearing their purple uniforms with yellow numbers and gray pants. That breaking ball swung on and fouled out of play. Meanwhile, Valley View in their baby blues with yellow numbers and lettering. Oh, to the count to Bauer Day. Oh, 2 pitch heater. Fouled off out of play once again. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and Brody McGee on second for the Little Rock Catholic in the top of the third. Breaking ball just inside, makes the count 1 ball and 2 strikes. So 1-2 the count now. That one, and the runner advances to third. Mathis thought it could have been strike 3, but Mathis couldn't quite make his mind up, so McGee advances to third base. And 2-2 is now the count with 2 outs. Two-two pitch now from Rogers. Swung on, jams him. Rogers fields it. Throws over to first, and plenty of time for out number 3. So Rogers comes in, allows a hit, but no runs in the top of the third. We're going to head to the bottom of the third. After this 30-second break, your score, Valley View 2, Little Rock Catholic 3.
When you're at home, you need right fiber. Some say it's not whether you win or lose, but how you play. Maybe. But with Right Fiber's 100% fiber internet, you always win. No matter which side you're on. Fall in love with your gig speed internet. Get gig smitten. Get Right Fiber.
Welcome back to Blazer News Network. Valley View trails Little Rock Catholic after 2.5 innings here in the bottom of the third. Due up for the Blazers is going to be Mallet, Tatum, and Finley. Mallet got the RBI infield single back in the bottom of the first. Gibbons still on the mound for Little Rock Catholic. Mallet 1 for 1 on the afternoon. First pitch to Mallet high for ball 1. One-0 pitch inside for ball 2. Gibbons' hat flew off his head when he delivered that pitch. Two-0 count. That one high for ball 3 makes the count 3-0. Three-0 pitch now from Gibbons. Called strike 1 on the inside part of the plate. Three-one the count now to Mallet. That one low and outside for ball 4. So leadoff runner reaches base once again to start things off. Now it brings up Madden Tatum, who singled in his first plate appearance. Mallet on first. First pitch to Tatum, low for ball 1. Looks like we're going to have a quick mound visit from the Rockets. One-0 the count to Tatum. Looks like that quick mound visit's over. We're ready to resume. One-0 pitch. That's going to get up the middle and through to the outfield. Mallet rounds second. He's on his horse to third. Here's the throw. Mallet's there safely after the drop tag attempt, and Tatum gets to second. So runners at second and third now for Valley View with no outs in the bottom of the third. So now Will Finley comes to the plate. Will walked back in the bottom of the first. Swing and a miss there from Finley on the first pitch makes the count 0-1. Oh, the count now to Will Finley. Swung on. That's going to get through to the outfield. Mallett will come around to score. Will Finley turns first and stays put. Tatum slides into home plate and plenty of time. So that's a 2 RBI single from Will Finley. So the Blazers retake the lead 4-3 now in the bottom of the third. It's going to bring Levi Martin up to the plate. Martin struck out in his first plate appearance. Finley on first with no outs in the bottom of the third. That one inside, but called strike one, makes the count 0-1. Oh, 1 pitch to Martin. That one near his head for ball one, makes count 1-1. One pitch inside once again for ball two. Back pick there by Markham. Finley back in plenty of time though, so hitters count now to Levi Martin. 2 balls and 1 strike. Two-one pitch, called strike 2, makes the count 2-2. Finley still at first base. No outs in the inning. Gibbons steps off the mound. Waiting on the 2-2 pitch. Two-two pitch, swing and a miss. Martin goes down swinging for the second time this afternoon. It's going to bring up junior Leighton Holt. Holt comes in to hit after Parker King started out in the lineup, but his day is done on the mound, so now Holt comes in to hit, the junior left-hander. So Finley still at first. 1 out in the bottom of the third. Valley View leads by 1. First pitch of the at-bat. Inside near the knees for ball 1. Makes the count 1-0. One-0 pitch to Holt. Called strike 1, makes the count 1-1. One the count now to Leighton Holt. That one outside, gets away from the catcher. Finley trying to advance to second. He's there safely. And now he's going to take off to third after that one got into the outfield, and he's there in plenty of time. That one got away from the third baseman, but luckily gets a good bounce. But nonetheless, Finley's able to pick up 2 bases. So 2-1 the count now to Leighton Holt. Two-one. That one's high for ball 3. Makes count 3 balls and 1 strike. That one swung on by Holt, fouled back behind home plate, makes count full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Three-two pitch now to Leighton Holt. Inside, good take for ball 4. He draws the walk. So runners at the corners now for Valley View with 1 out in the bottom of the 3rd. That's going to bring up senior shortstop Cannon Driscoll, who struck out in his last plate appearance. So 1 out, Finley on 3rd, Holt on 1st. First pitch, Driscoll shows bunt, didn't pull it back in time, so that's going to be strike 1, makes count 0-1. So 0-1 the count now to Driscoll. He swings on it, high fly ball, shallow left field. Finley heads and tags up. Tries to, but the throw was pretty much on the money to home plate, so Finley will stay put at 3rd. So Driscoll flies out to left. Still runners at the corners with 2 outs, and the Blazers are back to the top of the order. Ragsdale is grounded out and hit the sacrifice fly to center so far this afternoon. So 2 down, 2 runners on for Valley View. That one inside for strike 1, makes count 0-1. Oh, 1 pitch now to Ragsdale. That one outside. Runner goes to second. He's actually going to be caught in a rundown. Finley scores. And they're going to call Holt out at first. But the run will count because Finley crossed the plate before they applied the tag on Leighton Holt, I believe. And the home plate umpire does say that run scored. So that'll give the Blazers a lead. Now the Blazers lead 5-3 after 3 innings thanks to some heads-up base running. We're going to take a quick 30-second break, and we'll be back to start things off in the 4th inning right after this on the Blazer News Network.
Hey Blazers, are you ready to take charge of your money? The experts at Evolve Bank and Trust are ready to help. Located in downtown Jonesboro, the Evolve team can help you open an eUniversity checking account. Designed for students like you, these accounts have no minimum daily balance and no service fees. Can't get to our downtown location? Check out our 24/7 ATM and virtual teller on Main Street. To learn more about all our products, go to getevolved.com. Evolve Bank and Trust, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Welcome back to Blazer News Network. Little 5A East update for you. Harrisburg and Paragould are currently knotted up at 2 runs. And I did get word that Blazer News Network will be streaming the 5A state tournament out at Greene County Tech. So you can catch the Blazer baseball games during the postseason live on the Blazer News Network. Valley View leads 5-3 after 3 innings. And for the 4th inning, Valley View is going to send a new pitcher out there. That's going to be Keaton Mathis. Mathis has mainly worked in relief during conference play, but he's going to come in for relief now. Valley View girls soccer is also trailing Searcy right now, the score of 0-2. So Kufia will now be behind the plate for Valley View as Mathis heads up to the mound. First pitch of the afternoon for Mathis. Hard fastball in there for a called strike one. Second pitch. Just inside for ball one. Makes count 1-1. It's going to be 8-9-1 due up for Little Rock Catholic as Sully Hansen's at the plate now. That one swung on, fouled back, makes count 1-2 strikes. One-two pitch from Mathis. Fastball low, makes count 2-2 strikes. Two-two pitch from Mathis to Hansen. Swing and a miss on the breaking ball. Kufia throws it over to first to retire Hansen via the strikeout. Mathis's first strikeout of the afternoon. Now due up's going to be William Stewart, who's singled so far today. That pitch to him, called strike one. Stewart tried to bunt, but pulled it back. So 0-1 the count now. That one swung on down the third base side. That's a rocket through the gap. So the Rockets pick up a rocket single. Stewart gets to first base with one out in the top of the fourth. Now the Rockets get back to the top of their order with Markham, who has 2 singles on the afternoon as well. Mathis looks back at Stewart at first. First pitch, breaking ball, a high fly ball, left center field. Left fielder comes over to make the catch. That's Finley. He got tripped up with Scatero, but it looks like everybody's okay out there. Finley does make the catch for out 2. Now due up's going to be Ethan Young, who's walked and singled so far in this one. Mathis on the mound. Pickoff attempt back to first. Stewart back in plenty of time safely. That pitch from Mathis gets away from Kufia. Young advances to second. Wild pitch makes the count 1-0. So 1-0 the count now to Ethan Young. One-0 pitch, a breaking ball. Foul back on the plate, makes count 1-1. One pitch now from Keaton Mathis to Ethan Young. Runner goes. That one gets away from Kufia. And Stewart advances to third. So that makes the count 2 balls and 1 strike. Two outs in the inning, runner on third for Little Rock Catholic. 2-1 pitch, breaking ball, called strike 2, evens it up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. That pitch from Mathis, swing and a miss, so Mathis makes quick work, only allowing 1 base runner and striking out 2. Valley View leads 5-3 in this one. We'll be back with the bottom of the 4th here on Blazer News Network after this 30-second break. Welcome back to Blazer News Network as we get set for the bottom of the 4th inning. Blazers held the Rockets scoreless in the top of the 4th inning. Looks like we might have a new pitcher in the game for the Rockets, and I believe that's going to be Hunter Markham. Due up for the Blazers is going to be 1, 2, and 3 in the order. Looks like we're ready to go now. Ragsdale, Roach, and Mathis due up for the Blazers. Markham on the mound now for the Rockets. First pitch from Markham outside for ball 1, makes the count 1-0. That one swung on and fouled back into the home plate netting for strike 1, evens it up at 1 ball and 1 strike. 1-1 pitch to Ragsdale, high breaking ball for ball 2, makes count 2 balls and a strike. Two-one pitch swung on by Ragsdale. High pop fly to the second baseman. He's got a read on it and makes the catch. Ragsdale flies out to the second baseman to start things off in the bottom of the 4th. So now that brings up Owen Roach, who's singled and walked so far this afternoon. First pitch called strike, makes the count 0-1. Oh, 1 pitch now from Markham. Swung on by Roach, grounded to the shortstop. He fields it cleanly, gets it over to first in time for out number 2. Now that brings up Keaton Mathis, who started the game at catcher. Now he's on the mound for Valley View. Mathis is 0 for 2 so far on the afternoon. First pitch to Mathis, high and outside for ball 1, makes the count 1-0. Second pitch to Mathis, swung on, pop fly down the right field line. That gets out of play, foul. Makes the count 1-1. One pitch now from Markham to Mathis. Swung on and fouled back behind home plate. Makes the count 1 ball and 2 strikes. One-two pitch low in the dirt for ball 2. Two-two pitch now to Mathis. Check swing. They say he went around, so that's going to be a strikeout. And that's going to do it for the 4th inning. After 4, your Blazers lead the Rockets 5-3. We'll be back with the top of the 5th right after this 30-second break on the Blazer News Network.
When you're at home, you need right fiber. Some say it's not whether you win or lose, but how you play. Maybe. But with Right Fiber's 100% fiber internet, you always win. No matter which side you're on. Fall in love with your gig speed internet. Get gig smitten. Get Right Fiber.
Welcome back inside the Century Finance broadcast booth here on the Blazer News Network as we get started in the top of the 5th inning. Valley View leads by 2, 5-3. First pitch of the at-bat from Mathis in there for a called strike. 3, 4, and 5 due up for the Rockets this inning. 0-1 pitch, breaking ball. Fouled towards the Rockets dugout, out of play for strike 2. So 0-2 the count now to Gibbons. Breaking ball swung on. That's going to get down in right field. Roach is going to try to throw him out. That's going to get over the head. Kufia there to back him up. So Gibbons reaches first base thanks to a single. Little Rock Catholic gets their leadoff guy on in the top of the 5th. So that brings up Cannon Burks, who's got RBI infield single and a line out. First pitch to Burks, called strike 1, makes the count 0-1. That one almost gets a piece of Burks, but he gets out of the way. Count even now at 1 ball and 1 strike. One pitch swung on, fouled out of play. Makes count 1 ball and 2 strikes. So 1-2 the count to Cannon Burks. Gibbons stands on first for the Rockets. Swing and a miss from Burks. Mathis picks up his third strikeout in just an inning and a third so far this afternoon. As that brings up Brody McGee, who might be the hottest hitter in the lineup this afternoon. RBI single and a double off the wall. Ross stands at first base, one out in the top of the fifth. That one high for ball one, makes the count 1-0. Pitch swung on. Chopper down the middle. Driscoll fields it cleanly over to first. In time. Great run down there by Driscoll and able to make the throw on the run. And a great pick there by Levi Martin at first. Runner advanced to second, but Valley View picks up their second out of the inning. So now Ross stands at second. 2 outs in the top of the fifth. Now at the plate for the Rockets is going to be Sam Boozer, who struck out and flew out so far this afternoon. That one, Kufia throws it down to third, not in time. So Ross steals third on the first pitch ball to Boozer. Correction, that was a called strike, so the count 0-1 now to Boozer. 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss for strike two, makes the count no balls and 2 strikes. Oh-2 pitch from Mathis, swung on, high fly ball, deep right field. That one's going to get to the wall and down. Ross will score. Throw into second base, not in time. Boozer's on second for a stand-up RBI double. So Catholic cuts the lead to 1 in the top of the fifth. Now due up's going to be Bauer Day. Bauer Day 0 for 2 on the afternoon. Runner in scoring position, 2 outs in top of the fifth. Swung on to Ragsdale. He backpedals and make the catch for out number 3. Valley View leads this one by 1 as we head in to the bottom of the fifth. Your score, Valley View 5, Little Rock Catholic 4. We'll be right back after this 30-second break on the Blazer News Network.
Hey Blazers, are you ready to take charge of your money? The experts at Evolve Bank and Trust are ready to help. Located in downtown Jonesboro, the Evolve team can help you open an eUniversity checking account designed for students like you. These accounts have no minimum daily balance and no service fees. Can't get to our downtown location? Check out our 24/7 ATM and virtual teller on Main Street. To learn more about all our products, go to getevolved.com. Evolve Bank and Trust, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Welcome back inside the Century Finance broadcast booth here on Blazer News Network for some Blazer baseball non-conference action. Due up for the Blazers in the bottom of the fifth is going to be Barrett Mallett, Madden Tatum, and Will Finley. Markham on the mound for his second inning of work. First pitch of the at-bat to Mallett, outside and low for strike one. No balls and a strike to the sophomore. That pitch outside once again, but called strike two. Oh-2 pitch to Mallett. That one outside for ball one, makes count 1-2. One and two pitch. Foul tipped by Mallett, out of play. Stays alive in the 1-2 count. That pitch swung on by Mallett. High fly ball into the center field. Center fielder makes the catch for out number one. Now that brings up today's designated hitter, senior left-hander, Madden Tatum. First pitch of the at-bat to Tatum. That one gets him right in the back. You could hear Tatum let out a yell after that one hit him right in between the shoulders. He'll take the free pass down to first base. Blazers have runner on first with one out. Now due up is going to be Will Finley. Looks like Briggs Rasmussen is going to come in to courtesy run for Tatum. So Rasmussen now stands on first. One out at the bottom of the fifth. Will Finley at the plate. Rasmussen on first. Finley steps up to the plate. He's got a 2 RBI single and a walk this afternoon. That one low and outside for ball one. Makes the count 1-0. One 0 pitch. Called strike one. Makes the count 1 ball and 1 strike. One 0 pitch now to Finley upstairs for ball two. Makes the count 2-1. Swung on by Finley, right back to the pitcher, throws it over to second for one, and to first in time for the double play. Great job there by the Little Rock Catholic defense to get out of the inning. Valley View still leads by 1 as we head in to the top of the 6th. We're right back after this 30-second break on Blazer News Network.
Doctors McDonough and Phillips have over 50 years of combined experience performing dental implants, teeth extractions, and IV sedations. Our doctors are leaders in the field of computer-guided dental implant surgery and wisdom teeth extractions. NEA-OMS is the only AAAHC-accredited oral surgery center in the tri-state area. Trust the care of your family to the most established oral surgery center in Northeast Arkansas. Northeast Arkansas Center for Oral and Maxillofacial Surgery.
Take you through the upcoming schedule for Little Rock Catholic. The Rockets will go on the road next week to play North Little Rock. And then the next week, they'll play 2 games at Conway. And then 2 weeks from today, they will take on Searcy at Searcy in a non-conference matchup. Looks like we're going to have another pitcher for the Blazers, and that's going to be Will Finley. Finley finally making his return to the mound. Finley was last year's 5A state tournament MVP. Dealing with some arm issues, but he's been going through rehab and is going to give it a go today. Looks like we're about ready to go now. Due up for the Rockets in the top of the 6 is going to be Sully Hanson, William Stewart, and Hunter Markham, 8, 9, and 1 in the order. First pitch from Finley, called strike 1, makes the count 0-1. A 1 pitch from Finley. Low for ball 1, makes the count 1 ball and a strike. Finley, a fast-paced pitcher. That one foul-tipped into the back netting for strike 2. So 1-2 the count now to Hanson. 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Will Finley picks up a strikeout in his first 4 pitches back of the year. Now that's going to bring up William Stewart, who's 2 for 2 with 2 singles this afternoon. First pitch of the at-bat from Finley in there for a called strike 1, makes the count 0-1. Finley working at a quick pace. A 1 pitch, breaking ball outside for ball 1, makes the count 1-1. One pitch from Finley, called strike 2, makes the count 1 ball and 2 strikes. One-two pitch now from Finley, outside for ball 2, makes the count 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2-2 pitch on the way. Just low for ball 3. Makes the count full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Three-two pitch, swing and a miss. Will Finley gets his second strikeout, only the second batter he's faced. Now it's going to bring up Hunter Markham. Markham 2 for 3 on the afternoon with a single, infield single, and a flyout. That one foul tipped behind home plate, makes the count 0-1. A 1 pitch from Finley. Swung on, high fly ball, shallow right field. Looks like Roach has the read on it. He makes the catch. So a great first inning back of work on the mound by Will Finley. He sends down the Rockets in order. We headed to the bottom of the 6th. Valley View leads Little Rock Catholic 5-4. We'll be back right after this 30-second commercial break on Blazer News Network. Welcome back inside the Century Finance broadcast booth for bottom of the 6th inning. It's a close one this afternoon between Valley View and Little Rock Catholic. Valley View leads by 1. So we get ready to go in the bottom of the 6th. Looks like due up for the Blazers is going to be 7, 8, and 9 in the order. Looks like we might have a new pitcher on the mound as well for the Rockets. That's going to be number 10, Cannon Burks. Looks like we're ready to go now as Levi Martin steps up to the dish. 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts on the afternoon. Looks like Parker King will be back in the order to bat in the 8th hole, followed by Driscoll batting 9th. First pitch outside, called strike 1, makes the count 0-1. 0-1 pitch, Martin swings, grounds it to the shortstop over to first. First baseman makes a nice pick over there on the first base side for out number 1 in the bottom of the 6th. Brings up Parker King, who started the day off on the mound, picking up 3 strikeouts, but allowing 3 runs. King is 1 for 1 with the infield single. First pitch upstairs for ball 1 makes the count 1-0. 1-0 pitch, swung on and fouled back behind home plate. Makes the count 1 ball and 1 strike. One pitch, breaking ball, breaks into the zone for strike 2. Makes the count 1 ball and 2 strikes. 1-2 pitch outside for ball 2, makes the count 2-2. Two and 2 pitch now from Burks to King. Upstairs for ball 3, makes it a full count at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Full count pitch now from Burks. Swing and a miss. King goes down swinging. Burks with his first strikeout of the afternoon. Brings up Cannon Driscoll, who struck out and flew out so far this afternoon. First pitch of the at-bat to Driscoll outside for ball 1, makes the count 1-0. 1-0 pitch in there for a called strike 1. Makes the count even at 1 ball and 1 strike. One 0 pitch to Driscoll. Catches the outside part of the plate for strike 2. So 1-2 the count now. Outside for ball 2. 2-2 the count now to Cannon Driscoll. Breaking ball, he fouls off of his foot. Stay alive in the 2-2 count. Two pitch. Upstairs for ball 3. Makes the count full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Full count pitch. Swung on by Driscoll. High fly ball left center field gap. Center fielder calls him off. Tries to make the diving attempt, but he's unsuccessful. So Driscoll advances to second off the drop fly ball in the outfield. Now the Blazers get back to the top of the order. So Ragsdale is 0 for 3 on the afternoon with the sacrifice fly, ground out, and fly out. Driscoll at second, 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th. Breaking ball in there for a called strike 1, makes the count 0-1. A 1 pitch, Driscoll runs, swung on by Ragsdale. That's deep, back to left center field, off the wall. Driscoll scores. Ragsdale's going to have a stand-up RBI double, so the Blazers give themselves a little bit more cushion and increase their lead to 2. Now it's going to bring up today's right fielder, Owen Roach. Ragsdale now on second with 2 outs. First pitch to Roach outside for ball 1, makes the count 1-0. Pitch to Roach. Swung on at the shortstop. He backhands it, fires it over to first in time for out number 3, but the Blazers give themselves a little bit more insurance as they extend the lead to 2 over the Rockets. Blazers are 3 outs away from picking up the non-conference victory. We'll come back for the top of the 7th right after this 30-second break on the Blazer News Network.
When you're at home, you need right fiber. Some say it's not whether you win or lose, but how you play. Maybe. But with right fiber's 100% fiber internet, you always win. No matter which side you're on. Fall in love with your gig speed internet. Get gig smitten. Get right fiber.
Welcome back to Blazer News Network. Valley View leads the Little Rock Catholic Rockets 6-4 in the top of the 7th. Madden Tatum now on the mound for Valley View to try to come in and close things out. Due up for the Rockets is going to be 2, 3, and 4, so the heart of the order. They're looking to rally in the top of the 7th. Harrisburg now leads Paragould 4-3 in the top of the 7th. Looks like Tatum and the Blazers are ready to go and try to close this one out. Tatum adjusts his call sheet on his left wrist. Looks like we're now ready to get things underway in the top of the 7th. Young 1 for 2 on the day with a walk and a single. First pitch breaking ball low for ball 1, makes the count 1-0. One-0 pitch from Tatum. Fastball low for ball 2, makes the count 2-0. 2-0 pitch now from Madden Tatum. That one's high for ball 3, makes count 3 balls and no strikes. A 3-0 pitch from Tatum. Swing and a miss there on that breaking ball, makes count 3 balls and 1 strike. Three-one pitch from Tatum, high and in. Ball 4, Young draws the walk. He'll trot on over to first base. Now due up is going to be Ty Gibbons. Gibbons is 1 for 3 on the afternoon. Young with a little bit of a lead on the first base bag. First pitch of the at-bat, called strike 1 down the middle. Makes the count 0-1. A 1 pitch from Tatum. That one bounces over the head of Mathis. And Young will advance to second and evens up the count at 1 ball and a strike. Right-hander Gibbons at the plate. Ethan Young out there on second base. No outs in the top of the 7th. 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball in there for a called strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The count now to Ty Gibbons. Tatum steps off, doesn't like the call from behind home plate. 1 ball and 2 strikes count. 1-2 pitch. Swung on, fouled out of play. So Gibbons stays alive in the 1-2 count. One-two pitch now from Tatum. Breaking ball, rolled over to the third base side, foul. One and 2, the count still to Ty Gibbons. One-two pitch. Swung on, fouled over the Rockets dugout. 1-2 pitch once again from Tatum to Gibbons. Swung on, fouled back. One and two, the count, still to Gibbons. One-two pitch, swing and a miss. Tatum finally gets him down swinging. Tatum picks up his first strikeout of the afternoon. Now due up is going to be Cannon Burks. Burks has RBI single, line out, and a strikeout this afternoon. Tall right-hander steps into the batter's box. Young is still on second. First pitch of the at-bat, breaking ball. Foul tipped, out of play. Rockets now down to the two final outs. Tatum steps off. Oh, 1 the count to Cannon Burks. Breaking ball. Swung on, high fly ball. Shallow infield on the third base side. Mallett was calling him off, but Tatum stands there and makes the catch. So 2 down now in the top of the 7th. And while the Rockets are down to their last out, you could argue that the most dangerous hitter today in the order is up to bat. Brody McGee getting the RBI single and the double off the wall. Young stands at second. 2 outs in the top of the 7th. Tatum fakes the pickoff, back to second. No balls, no strikes to McGee. Swing and a miss on pitch number 1 makes count no balls and a strike. Oh, 1 the count now to McGee. Upstairs for ball 1 makes count even at 1 ball and 1 strike. One pitch now from Tatum, breaking ball. Check swing, they say he went around. Makes the count 1 ball and 2 strikes. Rockets down to their final strike of the afternoon. Blazers dugout starts the infamous claps. Tatum takes a hard look at the sign from Keaton Mathis. Runner on second, 2 outs in the top of the 7th. That pitch called strike 3. Tatum picks up another strikeout. He strikes out 2 in only an inning of work on the mound, and the Blazers escape this non-conference matchup by winning of a final score of 6-4. Really all-around team win this afternoon for the Blazers. Everybody contributed throughout the lineup, and they brought in 5 different pitchers who all did some things very well. Catholic got on the board first with 2 runs in the top of the first. The Blazers responded with 1 in the bottom of the first, followed by the second inning. Catholic scores 1, increases their lead to 2. Valley View then cuts the lead to 1. and they hold Catholic scoreless the next 3 while the Blazers pick up 3 runs in the bottom of the 3rd, and then the bottom of the 6th, Blazers add on an insurance run and get the win 6-4. Want to remind you to tune in to our next baseball stream next Friday, and make sure just to keep an eye on the Blazer News Network Facebook page as our spring sports streaming schedule is there. And also a reminder to tune in state tournament time. We'll have Blazer baseball live on Blazer News Network. That's going to do it this afternoon from Valley View. My name's Tyson LeBlanc, signing out from the Century Finance broadcast booth. Good night, everyone.